But this 350 behemoth of an engine has been calling me ever since. For those who don't know this truck, I have done many things to this truck. One, the engine and transmission are moved back. This cab's originally actually a C50 cab. You can see that custom brake setup right there. C50 Z linkage that's been modified. K20 to 1 ton brake booster, half ton master cylinder. Yeah, that thing's staying. Hi, I'm Mark Schneider, you're watching our class, and today we're not talking about that truck yet. We still have a fair bit to do over there. But let's get this thing out of the way. Now the main reason this was put up here on the stands was because I was going to pull off the oil pan and see how bad the bearing was that squealing noise is making when it drops oil pressure once it warms up. But I got lucky and instead bought another motor. I'm going to keep that tarped because it's rainy. But where they start crawling underneath here and getting this all apart so I can tear it apart. But I'll let you guys hear that squeal. After sitting on it, best course of action I still think is to change the motor. So when I get in here, I'm going to leave it up obviously on the stand so I can unbolt the exhaust, get the headers out of the way, get all that out of the way, moved. I think that's from a bolt from underneath to get that engine mount out, if I recall. It's one bolt through the center. Oh, where they have to disconnect everything. Does this have a drain? Oh, it has a drain! Yay! So I can start draining that up to right there. We can start pulling off the exhaust from underneath, unhook fuel lines. I'm not going to use this distributor. I think I'm going to go buy a new distributor.
So high, feet on the ground, but I still get by. The rules were made for someone else to try, but not me.
Hey y'all, engine's out. See, that would be a great advertisement placement. These are pretty good. These are some like Southern alcoholic tea. Hey y'all, I dig them. The main reason I bought them, they have old trucks on them. So their marketing worked on me. But engine's out, new engine sitting there. There's a bunch of stuff I got to pull off of this to put on there. One thing, I hope I have gaskets in my massive garage. So it rained all last night, so you can see there's water all in here because this thing You can see right through the roof. I hate working in this thing. It's why it becomes such a mess, because I just dump stuff in here because I don't want to be in here. Because the hugger header's got to come off and get moved over to the new motor. I'm happy there's enough room. So here's something that's very different. One, I didn't have to take off the distributor because the way the firewall is in the C30 caps are so far back, and because I moved far back, all I have to do is unbolt the engine, lift it up a bit, up above the engine braces, and move it up, and then I can pull it straight up and out, which is what I did. That is the nice thing about having the engine so far back. Better center of gravity, weight, all that stuff, because you had to think, there's the original rivet there for that linkage. It's supposed to be up there. That's a little crooked. This is the original bolt for this. I haven't moved all the way back because the original holes are supposed to be there, but there's multiple different holes for different setups and different whatevers. That's just the setup I've always run in this truck, which it's very neat that the way I thought of it and the way I did it. And I remember drilling out those rivets and moving that bracket backwards, and I never put two and two together as in why I had to do that. Like it was accidental that I moved the whole engine back. But as you see here, we do got to take off this distributor. I do want to get a new distributor for that motor, but for now we can run this. And because I'm excited, we're probably there on the Rochester for now. But I do have a Holley carburetor coming for it. I do got to swap the alternator over, just because the wiring setup I have for this alternator. And then, ta-da! See, and this is what I mean, it rains. Like, these are soaked. I already checked inside. Inside's fine. The cloth absorbed it instead of it going in. But like tarp and stuff, and I don't, it was right there. It was in there, out of the way, and it got rained on, and look at all the water that's sitting on it because it got rained on. One day we'll have a shop. One day. I'm just very fortunate I have a paved driveway. So we got nice Edelbrock valve covers. Edelbrock dash, where they have an Edelbrock carb going on. Oh yeah, we gotta transfer over the water pump thing because that's broken right off, I see. Oh yeah, I forgot, I gotta take off this mini starter and this flex plate, but lucky enough there's a pilot bearing in there, so I don't have to take out my other pilot bearing stuff. Hopefully that one's good, but that means this engine originally had a manual behind it, and someone put an automatic behind it and never took out the pilot bearing. Feels it should be fine. Pilot bearing is just a little copper sleeve there just to kind of keep the input shaft in place.
They said slow down, son, take your time. But I was born running every stop sign. Sky is the limit, no chance to hold. Sky is the limit, I'm breaking the mold. Sky is the limit, I'm out of control tonight. Every doubt just feeds a flame. Every scar reminds me why I came. I've been broke, I've been blessed, carry faith in an empty chest till now. The stars are down like good old friends, saying, boy, don't stop where the sky just ends. Sky is the limit, no chance to hold. Sky is the limit.
So old motor's out. Swapped everything over to the new motor. It started to rain, so I quickly threw tarps and stuff and went in. Then get this thing ready to go in. There's a couple things I need. I do need to get a new distributor because there was oil inside this thing. So maybe that was all my problems, is that the bushing in this is gone. That's what's squealing, sending oil pressure to the chute up here is when I lose it. And that's what causes those backfires, is maybe the distributor. Either way, like, I'm suspect on this motor. It hasn't lived the best of its life, so we'll see. Maybe even a new distributor would help that thing. I'd still like to pull the oil pan off and the oil filter off and take a good look at it before I throw it in something else, unless somebody wants to buy it off me and they deal with it and everything like that, and I just kind of move on, Got the clutch and everything rolled over. I don't have to put, I think I already mentioned this, I don't have to put a pilot bearing in it because it already had one in the block. Headers are in. I'm so happy to have power steering again, and I do like this power steering block again. I do need to get a high pressure line because that one that was on the vehicle, see the tarp was on. The original one, this is the original 67 power steering pump. You can see the casing actually, I guess from vibration, wore through the line. Right there, there's a little slit. So that's the original pump. I guess I'll keep it in the back storage or anything like that. It's nicer going to a little more of a modern pump anyway. I'm gonna stop talking and just get to work.
I'm breaking the mold. Sky is the limit. I'm out of control tonight.
Let's see how this rolls now. Fully 100% all put back together yet, but it's put together enough that I want to test it before I go forward. Well, new motor's in, hood's on, ready to go. Other than it's not ready to go because I got a little too excited putting the rad in and I punctured a hole. Yeah, right there. So I gotta fix that. It's not the first time I fixed this rad. I've fixed it there before, so stay tuned for the next video because we'll do that. Because yay!